Encouragement of Samantabhadra. Thereupon, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Samantabhadra, surrounded and followed by Bodhisattva Mahasattvas surpassing all calculation, amid the stirring of fields, a rain of lotuses, the playing of hundreds of thousands of myriads of kotis of musical instruments, proceeded with great pomp of a bodhisattva, the great display of transformations proper to a bodhisattva, the great magnificence of a bodhisattva, the power of a bodhisattva, the great luster of a glorious bodhisattva, the great stately march of a bodhisattva, the great miraculous display of a bodhisattva, a great phantasmagorical sight of gods, nagas, goblins, Gandharvas, demons, Garudas, Kimnaras, great serpents, men, and beings not human, who, produced by his magic, surrounded and followed him. Samantabhadra, then, amid such inconceivable miracles, worked by magic, arrived in this Saha world. He went up to the Buddha, and on approaching, he humbly saluted, and said, "I have come hither, O world-honored one, from the field of the Tathagata Ratna, as I am aware that here in the Saha world is taught the Dharma of the Lotus of the True Law. I have come accompanied by these 100,000s of Bodhisattva Mahasattvas. May the world-honored one deign to expound in extension this Dharma of the Lotus of the True Law to these Bodhisattva Mahasattvas." So addressed, the Buddha said to Bodhisattva Mahasattva Samantabhadra, "These Bodhisattvas are indeed quick of understanding, but this is the Dharma of the Lotus of the True Law, that is to say, an unmixed truth." The Bodhisattvas exclaimed, "Indeed, indeed." Then the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Samantabhadra said to the Buddha, "At the end of time, at the end of the period, I will protect those who keep this sutra. I will take care of their safety, avert blows, and destroy poison, so that no one laying snares for those preachers may surprise them. Incessantly and constantly will I protect such a preacher, and when a preacher who applies himself to this Dharma shall take a walk, then will I mount a white elephant with 6 tusks, and with a train of bodhisattvas betake myself to the place where that preacher is walking, in order to protect this Dharma. And when that preacher, applying himself to this Dharma, forgets, be it but a single word or syllable, then will I mount the white elephant with 6 tusks, show my face to that preacher, and repeat this entire Dharma. And when the preacher has seen my proper body, and heard from me this entire Dharma, he, content, in high spirits, rejoiced, joyful and delighted, will the more do his utmost to study this Dharma. And immediately after beholding me, he will acquire meditation and obtain spells termed the talisman of preservation, the talisman of 100,000 kotis, and the talisman of skill in all sounds. Further, the Bodhisattva Mahasattvas to whom this Dharma of the Lotus of the True Law shall be entrusted, those preachers should take this view. It is owing to the power and grandeur of the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Samantabhadra that this Dharma has been entrusted to us. Those creatures who shall copy and keep this sutra are to partake of the course of duty of the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Samantabhadra. They will belong to those who have planted good roots under many Buddhas, and whose heads are caressed by the hands of the Tathagata. Those who shall copy and keep this sutra will afford me pleasure. Those who shall copy this sutra and comprehend it, shall, when they disappear from this world, after having copied it, be reborn in the company of Amitabha Tathagata. Such is the massive merit resulting from copying this Dharma. How much greater will be the massive merit reaped by those who recite, study, meditate, remember it. Therefore, men and women, you ought to honor this Dharma of the Lotus of the True Law, and copy it with utmost attention. He who copies it with undistracted attention shall be supported by the hands of 1,000 Buddhas, and at the moment of his or her death, he or she shall see another 1,000 Buddhas face to face. Therefore, then, men and women should respectfully copy this Dharma of the Lotus of the True Law, respectfully recite it, respectfully study it, respectfully treasure it in his or her mind. I myself, world-honored one, will superintend this Dharma, and through my superintendence it may here spread throughout the world. Then the Buddha Sakyamuni, the Tathagata, expressed his approval to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Samantabhadra. Very well, Samantabhadra. It is happy that you are so well disposed to promote the weal and happiness of the people at large, out of compassion for the people, for the benefit, weal, and happiness of the great body of men and women. You are endowed with such inconceivable qualities, with a mind so full of compassion, with intentions so inconceivably kind, so that you will take those preachers under your protection. Those men or women who have accepted the command of the Tathagata, they must be held to be possessed of natural righteousness. They will be right-minded, possess a power to do good of their own accord, and make an agreeable impression on others. No passionate attachment will hinder them, no hatred, no infatuation, no jealousy, no envy, no hypocrisy, no pride, no conceitedness, no mendaciousness. Those preachers, Samantabhadra, will be content with what they receive. This man or woman will reach the terrace of enlightenment, will move forward the wheel of the law, will strike the drum of the law, will blow the conch trumpet of the law, will spread the reign of the law, and will ascend the royal throne of the law. The persons who, at the end of time and at the end of the period, keep this Dharma will not be covetous nor greedy. Those preachers will be honest and possessed of emancipation. While this chapter of the encouragement of Samantabhadra was being expounded, hundreds of thousands of kotis of Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, equal to the sands of the river Ganges, were filled with great joy.